Hello everyone, we are here today to see the new features added to CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems. As you can see in the learning side, you have everything you need to come to the next webinars we are making to show you all the new features we are developing this version 2025B. I'm today to see these features added to CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems. I'm Alejandro Jorquera. Maybe some of you know me for another presentations. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm one of the developers of CYPEFIRE Hydraulic System and also all the suite of fire software here in Cype. Before we go to see all the new features added, I ever like to show some workflow, BIMserver, and everything. It's useful to develop a project because some of you maybe already know these elements, these tools, but there is always new people here, and also maybe some of you maybe know a part or some of these tools, but not everyone. So before we go to CYPEFIRE, I will go to this. Here you can see is CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems. You can go directly to this app, but we have also it will be the workflow of the fire suite, and from the start to the end in Cype. I ever recommend you to start to work with the BIM model, with a BIM model with the architectural design make it. We have some apps for it. We have Cype Architecture and IFC Builder. Both are free tools and are really easy to use and to understand. But we can also work with Revit. If you are a Revit user, we have developed a plugin that you can download from the store that later we will see it. These plugins allow you to share your project to export directly to BIMserver.center. That is a really useful tool. Also, this plugin in the past, I believe in this version, it would be launched this feature that you can not also share to export this IFC and work in every tool of Cype. You can also work with MEP installations or structural design software and go back to Revit, and this plugin, it converts these files, these IFC, into Revit families, into into Revit families to work there, yeah, with all your structural analysis there. Okay, so take a look of it because it's really useful. Maybe it will be a presentation, a webinar really soon. But if you don't work with Revit, we have also a lot of tools like IFC Builder, IFC Uploader that I will show you later in BIMserver, that allows you to export IFC into the BIMserver. So you can work with Allplan, ArchiCAD, or whichever app that allows you to make an architectural design and export to IFC and go into our workflow in BIMserver, and not only work with the fire solution, also all the maps and structural. Okay, so once you have this, that I recommend you can go directly to work with this suite. In the beginning, we have CYPEFIRE that allows you to make the basis design of fire protection. We have also pressure systems that allows you to make this start case visualization, CYPEFIRE FDS to make a simulation of fire, and we are going to see today CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems that allows you to make this design of sprinklers, fire hose reel, or hydrant. Okay. You can download CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems from BIMserver. I'm gonna come here, sorry. I believe that everyone here, it has an account in BIMserver. It's really easy to register. You only have an email and a password, and you will be able to see everything, all the tools, and download apps, etc., etc. There is a lot of features in BIMserver that allows you to improve your workflow and the times. One thing that I believe is really interesting if you are a new user of BIMserver, or you don't have so much info to work with, we have here the practical examples that allows you to create a project really easy with some of these models, that in this case is a warehouse and a single family detached house. It creates a project in your user, you have your own project of it, with an architectural model and some PDF that explain you. Okay, in this case, it's for hydraulic systems, and it gives you some detail to how to start to work and give you all this info, this architecture, just to start. So you don't have to, if you don't have a BIM model because you don't know how to work with Cype architecture or IFC builder, you can create here a project and start to work with CYPEFIRE Hydraulic System that we are going to see right now. Okay. Here, if I have my IFC from, I don't know, whichever app you use for major architectural design. Later, in the past, we have IFC uploader that allows you to share this IFC with into the BIMserver.center, but right now it's more easy to do. You only have to create your own project, like I have mine here or another one, and here you can add a new contribution. Okay, you will have will give a name and a description, and you can drop here your IFC. So you can search, you can upload your IFC directly from the browser, from Chrome in my case, and it will go into the workflow, and you will be able. So it's more easy. You don't have to download IFC uploaded anymore. So it's a new feature we have developed. Another interesting tool here is the messages. So you can chat with your colleagues in BIMserver. You can send it looking here for the user you want to talk with, and it's really interesting to manage all the info in a project, to share easy. It's another, you can use WhatsApp too, but here in BIMserver is all is the ability to do it too. And the last thing I didn't show you, the store. Okay, we are gonna go into the store and look for the fire protection. I don't find it. Fire protection here, and here we have CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems, so you can download it. One thing I didn't say, whichever question you have during this presentation, just you can write it on the chat and we will try to answer you as soon as possible. And also you can introduce your users' questions, your suggestions about it here directly in the store. That we are really interested to see what you can say, what you thought about, what you think about the software, the app. So whichever, if we don't answer you here because there's a lot of people and maybe we don't see your question, go here and write to us. So we will try to answer you as soon as possible too. So I believe now we have more or less a common knowledge about all the workflow and how to start to work. We can go and to CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems and see all the features we have added in this version. Okay, here we are. I believe that right now, one of the best features that we have developed is the update of the process of importing a BIM model. Okay, if you have worked with CYPEFIRE Hydraulic System before, we have a wizard, no, to import this BIM model, this architectural design, and importing these spaces, selecting if we want to make by reference or by type. Okay, we have make a really interesting update to it. So we are gonna create a new project. Okay, and I will select the project I just created. Okay, is this one here that you can see my name in the owner and this warehouse automatic extinguishing system. And I'm gonna select these initial documents. Okay, this is as before, we didn't change anything here, but right now we are gonna see this new result. We have tried to complete all the info that you need to start to work before you go into the software. So at the point we are going to see the interface of CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems, we will have anything we need to start to work. Okay, we don't have to make any settings, to add any settings or select. So the first step in this wizard, it will be to choose the standard, the code you want to accomplish. Okay, right now in CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems, we have 3 of them. We have the European code. Okay, that is the first one, is the 12845. We have also the NFPA 13 and the Singapore code. Okay, we can choose whichever code we want to accomplish, and if it's difficult, but if I choose the European code and later I change my mind and I want to accomplish the NFPA 13 inside the software, we can change it. So there is no problem if I choose the wrong code here. The next one is the selection of the choose about all the catalogs. That is another feature we add in this version. We introduce a lot of catalogs from manufacturers that you can select here, but we will see it later. I don't want to choose any one of these right now. And here it be the I'm gonna make it bigger. So okay, and okay, so here we have the 3D view of this model, of my architectural model, that it helps me to understand where is all the spaces I need in my project. So the first I have to do is importing all the spaces that are in my architectural model. And here we can have it by type, that is in the past also, and by name. Okay, this is the reference of every space in the model, and by type, all the types. But we can also select the global ID. We can also select the description, the application that has made it. So we are reading every property these spaces has in the IFC. Okay, we are reading all the entities of the spaces, and we have classified it so you can select whichever option is the best for you. Okay, in my case, I believe that I'm gonna make it by tape because it's really easy to understand. And right now, okay, I will see that in the 3D model, I'm seeing here this red, okay, because this type, this bathroom is here, but if I'm changing the types, we are gonna see where there is inside the model, okay? So the 3D can allow us to understand where is this model, and I can make to see through the architectural model and give me more info, because the type it not only has everything to see where I have this space. So it allows me to understand it better. Once I am here, I will select the hazard of every space I have imported, okay? So I can select the different hazard that are depending on the code we are working with. And I don't know, I'm gonna just select some of these spaces for ordinary hazard group 1. Oops, sorry. And maybe I don't want to analyze these spaces, so I can delete it. Okay, so right now the software are just gonna import these 3 type of spaces I have defined, and the other ones are not gonna be calculated. Okay, so I'm gonna finish and go into CYPEFIRE Hydraulic Systems. Sorry. Right now in the software, we are only gonna manage all the spaces that we are gonna calculate. Okay, this all of these spaces that we have import must to have a sprinkler design, a fire hose design, or a emitter design. Okay, so if I'm going into the 3D view, we are gonna see some errors already. Okay, which are these errors? These errors are telling me that I have to introduce consumption. I have to introduce this design. Okay, if I have import these spaces, is because I want to analyze this. I want to check inside these spaces the minimum pressure for the sprinklers, the maximum and minimum distance between sprinklers, between walls, etc., etc. So maybe I make a mistake in my importation. So there is some spaces that I don't want to calculate. Okay, so it's so easy that you only have to delete it. Okay, think about it. It's you only gonna have the spaces that you are gonna calculate. Okay, maybe if you have worked with versions, an older version of CYPEFIRE Hydraulic System, you will have a lot of projects with every space defined. If you work right now with this kind of files, of older files, you will have a lot of errors in these spaces that there are in the model, but you are not introduce any sprinkler. So you only have to delete every space you don't want to analyze. Okay, if you have a space inside CYPEFIRE Hydraulic System right now, you must calculate inside it. Okay, what can happen? Maybe I have deleted right now, but I make a misclick. I just didn't understand it before, and now I understand that I want to calculate inside. So I don't have to update my model. I only have to come here to generate, and the software will give you again all the spaces that you have defined. But maybe my problem is that, oh, I didn't define this big space here. I cannot import it again with this generation. I will have to update it. And right now, we are gonna go through the two first steps and go directly to the importation. And I will be able to import these spaces that I did not define it. So this is a really big model. So we are here again, and I'm allowed to import everything again. The ones that I already defined, this define it to, and I have the other ones. So okay, this is the really big space. I'm gonna go to define it to, I'm gonna delete these ones. So right now, I will have the same spaces that I have already defined and also the new one that you are seeing here. And I can rotate so you can see it better. Here is the space, okay? And this will be the first feature here. I believe that now it's interesting to go to the catalogs, the manufacturer catalogs that you have seen in this wizard in the second step. I didn't download any manufacturer catalog, but I can go here to see the same window. Okay, there are here some of manufacturers from pipes. Okay, I believe if I let it the mouse here, you can see that it tells you that are pipes, and if I click it, I will see already here that there are pipes. Okay, maybe some manufacturer has pipes and a sprinkler, and you will see here. Okay, right now you can download manufacturer from pipes, from pumps, for sprinklers, and fire hose drill. Okay, we are working into have more more manufacturers for tanks, for brace assemblies, for support. Okay, so hangers and valves and fittings. Okay, we are gonna develop these for the new the new version of it, of the software. And also you can go here on other catalogs and see some of them. Okay, these are all the catalogs that we have right now in the software, but we are continually designing new ones. In the past, we don't have these manufacturer catalogs, so we have generic catalogs, okay, that you can, these libraries, it be here in the past, but right now you have it in this, okay? This is the libraries for generic catalogs. When I go into the wizard and I don't select any manufacturer catalogs, the software understands that you need everything to start to work. So the software downloads you these generic libraries. So if I go to the booster set, I have already this kind of booster set. I have different pipes, different sprinklers, different fire hose reels, different braces, different valves. Okay, so you are able to start to work at the point you finish the wizard. Okay, in the past you will have to go to the options and download every pipe or every sprinkler you need. Right now the software gives you everything to work with and make it generic. Okay, but it's interesting to have these catalogs for manufacturers that allows you to work with real solutions that later in the bill of quantities in the project you will buy to them. So you are allowed to analyze your design with the same product, with the same characteristics, etc. So I'm gonna download, I don't know, both of them. And one thing that is not a new feature of if you go to the info, I will tell you in the chat where you can see all the features that we are added with a little bit more info about it. We have made some improvements in the software to make it simple, to make it easier to work with. If I go to pipes, I'm gonna introduce a new pipe. If you have worked before with the software, this window, it has changed a lot. It's all the locks have disappeared, and we have made a really big change in every window in the software to make it easier to work with. Okay, we have focused that the introduction of data, it's now more simple than ever. So the thing that you have to do to introduce a new pipe is come in here and select what kind of catalogs you want to work with. In this case, I have these manufacturers catalogs that I have both of them, and I'm going to select, okay, this is the reference they have for their own product, and here I have the diameter. So I can select it and introduce it. And if I want to work with library, a generic library, here I have the three kind of library the software have imported to me, and also the diameter manometers. And okay, so it's really, really easy to understand. And if I click now, this window is really easy to understand. Okay, in the past we have it like a list of the different fittings of the different belts of the length, the logs. Okay, it's really easy now. You have on the info here, you can see the length, the size, the elevation, the type. Okay, you don't have to select and think about so many parameters. I believe that one of the best examples of it is this panel here, that you only have to select the sprinkler catalogs, the pipe catalogs, and a generation info to make this grid. Okay, and also the interface, it changed a little bit to make it also simple to work with. And this is all the manufacturers. I'm gonna press here. There's also an option here I didn't explain that if you are missing some catalogs, or you want us to add some, you can click here and send us this info, and we will try to talk with this manufacturer and trying to make work with them and have it in the software. Okay. So now we will see the sorry, I believe in this case it's better to go to an already sample. I'm gonna select the restaurant. That is really easy. It's a small restaurant, so we can see there the new feature about the fittings that in the past it was developed, but we cannot see them. Okay, so now we have a 3D of the elbow, the T, the cross, whatever, the union, and here, okay, we are not able at this point to introduce these fittings manually. The software does automatically. I believe it's really interesting to do it. I don't have to think about it, but maybe in the future we will add these options to introduce it manually. Okay, right now you have to go here on the designs parameters, and here you have this table that tells you every fitting that the server is gonna add you automatically. And here you have the pressure loss that it's gonna produce this element. Okay, in the case of the T, it's the different from the direct flow of the T that if you have this change of direction. Okay, so in the change of direction, the loss of pressure is higher than in the flow that goes directly through the T. So if I don't want to make this calculation, this analysis automatically, I will uncheck this pressure drops, but I'm gonna let it, okay, and go to the software. Right now, I believe that here is easy to see it because I have a T and a cross here that right now there is any fit in there. But if I update the results, we will see okay that there are we have choose a red also, but it's like a darkness red, so it's easy to see it. If I'm if there's the same color, it would be difficult to see it. So we have here the T, the cross, etc. I believe this is the best case to understand because as you can see in the 3D, it has the same size in every connection, but it's obviously that this pipe is of 65 millimeters, but these two branches are 40. So the 3D maybe is not perfectly adaptable to the size of the pipe, but if I go to the fitting, I will see there that on the info that there is this standard T, and you can see the 3 different connection. Okay, in the nominal diameter, there you have your 40 millimeters, 65 and 40. Okay, so it allows you to select the right fitting for every case in every connection you have in your design. If I go here, I will see all the bill of quantities for these fittings here. Okay, and here I have an elbow for the same diameter, but here I have an elbow that it reduce one of the sides. So maybe I will have to look for this kind of of elbow, or maybe I have an elbow of 100 millimeters and another reduction later to this. Okay, we are gonna develop this this reduction in the new version of the software. Right now there is only, as I said before, connections, elbows on 90 degrees and 45 degrees, these and cross sections. We will add more of them to calculate and analyze automatically by the software. Okay, I'm telling before that here you have the ability to check or uncheck if you want it or not. And in the past, this panel, this window changed a lot. Here we have a tool that allow us in the past to make this bill of quantities because we don't have it in the 3D. So this is deleted in this version of the software because we don't have to think about it anymore. It was a really complex window where we have to add all the info for the losses, the pressure loss for every pipe to make it this bill of quantities. So right now it's really easy. You don't have to think about it. You just press on update results and you have everything you need to have all the fittings. Another thing that is do it automatically. If you have see it, maybe in the interface, we don't have the hangers anymore right now. the hangars, it was a very controversial topic for our users and for us in the develop department. We in the past we had these hangars in the interface, and we were able to introduce manually only. So if we have to add all the hangars in a medium or a big project, we have to add a lot of them to meet all the checks for this spacing. And this, at the end, all the users don't, maybe 90% of them did not introduce them because it was a really hard task to do, to introduce every hanger on every pipe with the different size. So in this version of the program, we have just hide it from the interface, so we don't have the ability to introduce them manually, but in the options, pipe options here, we have the same panel we have in the past, okay? And right now, the software are gonna do it automatically. So depending of the material of the pipe that we are working with, the software are gonna make these quantities of hangers I need on the software. So basis on this panel, okay, that it comes from the European standard. In this case, if I change to the NFPA 13, it would be for that code and also the Singapore code. So if I go to the update results, I believe I already did it before, but I'm gonna make sure. We are going again to this material schedule, and here in the hangars, the software, it's telling me that I need 3 hangars of 65 millimeters, 14 of 40, and 6 of 100, okay, and also 2 of 80. So the software is gonna analyze your design, your pipe design, and depending on this table I just showed you, are gonna give you all the hangers that you need to buy, okay, and to introduce. This is for us, for me, of course, is not enough. We are working in this tool to give more more prescription to you. So you will also in the next version has the ability to introduce the skill to introduce hangers in your design, but the software, it will propose you this element into your design. So you will see also the hangers distance of this with the separation that the code tells you. So it's a really powerful tool that we will have in the version 2025C. Okay, we are working right now on it. But so far you are able to to have your bill of quantities, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to introduce anything. That I believe is a really big step, because in the past any one of us introduced in a medium or bigger project all the hangers. Okay, so this is also a new tool that we have added in this version. And I believe, I forgot about, we have also introduced this flow regulator. Okay, this is a flow control valve. Okay, we have it with the pressure regulation valve for the pressure, and we have added a new one for the flow. Okay, this is the for let me go okay, here. The pressure regulator valve lets me to fix a volume that it's limiting this pressure after this valve. So if I introduce this kind of valve here, the pressure it's after the valve are not gonna be higher than 12 bars. So if I update the results, okay, here in this case is a small a small big project, but okay, let me, it's more or less 4 bars here, so I'm gonna give 3. Okay, so we can see how it works. Okay, it's this valve is used in some areas to limit the pressure inside of some spaces that are close to the pump maybe. Okay, so in this case you can see now that the initial pressure is 3 bars. Okay, because this valve is working with this value I introduced. So if I just delete it, and I'm gonna introduce what kind of pipe is this one? Okay, so I'm gonna introduce the same, so you can see how right now this one. If I update the results, we're gonna see that the software are gonna introduce 2 new fittings here that are the connections, because I introduce a new pipe that it's connecting both of them. So the software just add me these new fittings. Okay, so anytime I update, the software are going to calculate and add me any fitting I need. So the flow regulator, it's working really similar as the pressure regulation, but in this case, I'm introducing a limit for the flow. We work with EPANET to run the this hydraulic analyze here. So there is a difference between this flow control valve and this pressure regulation valve, and it's that you cannot have more flow than the one you have in the pipe. Okay, so in this case, I have 1,700 liters per minute. So if I select here 2,000 and introduce it, I'm going here. Now, if I update the results, it's gonna give me an info that is telling me that this flow control valve is not working well, okay? Because you cannot have more flow in the control valve. The limit cannot be higher than the existing flow in the pipe, okay? So I will have to introduce, okay? This is just to show you this method and to understand how to solve it, okay? It's because the info tells you, but you cannot have more flow in the control valve than in the pipe. So right now is fine here. And if I come to the pipe, I will see that in the past, with the pressure valve, we have this initial pressure on 3 bars. Right now, I have the flow on 1,000 liters per minute. Okay, because this is working with the value I give it. And this is how it's worked. Okay, now I have limit this flow, so I have now many errors about the minimum flow and minimum pressure on the sprinklers, okay, that are inside the restaurant. But this is how it's work, and this is how I will introduce these elements in the in my installation. And I believe this is more or less all the features we have added. There is a feature that we have developed also for this version, that is the errors we have when we have maybe some elements that are disconnected from the installation, from my design. In the past, I've introduced a booster set maybe. Okay, I don't have any in this project. I'm gonna first introduce here and introduce a booster set. Okay, now I have here my curve. It's not interesting right now. I just want to introduce it. Okay, so if I have this in the old version, in the 2024 F, and I update the results, the software did not analyze everything because I have this disconnected, and maybe sometimes the errors are not, the error was on the point that you need it. Okay, the software tells you that something is disconnected, but didn't tell you which one of them. So right now we have fixed it, and we carried this hydraulic calculation perfectly because we analyze which everything of this is connected. So we make this calculation here, and also tell you that this booster set is disconnected. Okay, so now you can find really easy everything you have disconnected. Sprinklers, pipes, whichever element is needed to make this calculation, it's gonna tell you. Okay, so now it's so easy to solve it. Okay, and another error that some users have it is when you have these elements, the pressure valve and the flow control valve, and also the booster sets. This element has an two connections, and maybe sometimes you can connect it wrong, okay, in the opposite side. So I'm gonna just turn this element here to make the wrong connection. So I'm just flipping it. So right now it's on the opposite side, and this not allow you to calculate, to make the hydraulic analysis because it's on the wrong side. So we have added also a message here that tells you that you have to make it the inlet and outlet node reverses. Okay, so you only have to use maybe the rotate group or the element, or as I did it is really complex because it's not the best way to do it, the easiest way to do it. So you will have to flip it with this element here, this edit tool. And this will be everything. I believe that every question that you have, we have solved it, but I remembered you that you can go to here in the store, that I will copy the link in the chat already, and everything you need, everything, any question, any suggestion, or whatever you have to tell us, just please come here and write us, because we will see it maybe faster than is by other channels. So this is everything for today. I believe that you have enjoyed it and learned a little bit of the software, and I hope to see you here in the future. Thank you.